Well, hello out there, everybody. How's it going? And today, check out where I'm starting my ride from. This is the one of the substations out here. Oh hell! I'm surrounded by police. Oh no! Oh no! What to do? What to do? Anyway, I'm starting from here because we're going to go and we're going to check out mini parks today. Well, at least one anyway. So I'm going to get this camera flipped around, and then we're going to get going. And again, you can see where I'm parked at for the time being while I get a couple things ready to go here. Nothing overly drastic, I don't think. So it's supposed to be a pretty nice day, and I needed to get out, run to the grocery store anyway. Let me get turned around here. And let's get going, okay? And believe it or not, this is our first mini park right here. This is the B. Richmond Park. Now, part of the reason that they changed a lot of these little lots into parks is that technically they close at sundown, which means that this was done because homeless people were taking advantage and they wanted to put a stop to the campsites and all that fun stuff. So that's why they changed them to mini parks. And this is the B. Richmond. And you can see why it's called B. Richmond Park in the slideshow that I'll have. I'll follow the video. So it only has one little bench, one garbage can. There's no picnic table or facilities or anything like that. So this is called a pocket park. And seriously, though, they changed it to a park to keep so they could keep the homeless population down from camping, since they can close it at sundown. All righty, so let's get going on up the road, okay? Here we go. So, well, let's get this started. I know I don't have any viewers just yet. So I want the moron in Texas down there to know. Take a look at where I actually started this video at the police department. But gee, somebody that's wanted for investigation, would they actually do something like this? Probably not. Probably not. So, and the other thing that blows your fucking theory all to shit, let's bring up this whole fucking all of a sudden, this Bonnie Lee Bakley stuff. What the fuck? You truly are a fucking mental case, man. You really are. Because you should know by looking at my addresses that you claim to be so proficient about that there's not fucking one, that's California. Not one. So I don't know where you come up with this California shit. Have I been there? Sure. Have I lived there? Yeah. From what was that? About 1961 to 1964, I think, some shit like that. But have I lived out there as an adult? No. I visited. Been out there to Disneyland 2 or 3 times. But I've had no desire whatsoever to live out there. Number one, the cost of living is fucking excruciatingly high. Always has been. And the attitude of a lot of people out there, frankly, leaves a lot to be desired, which basically means you would probably get along great. Yeah, I don't know where you come up with this shit that I lived in California, especially North Hollywood, for God's sake. Oh my God, that place has been a toilet for ages and ages and ages. But you just enjoy making up shit anyway. Really doesn't matter what the fuck I say, but I do know this. I want to thank you. I really do. I want to thank you. I want to thank you for that call to the North Hollywood Police Department. I really do. And keep in mind, I haven't mentioned any names yet, and probably won't. But I do. I want to thank you for that latest call that you made to the North Hollywood Police Department. Why? Because guess where that recording went? Right down to the people who are legitimately investigating your ass. So make no bones about it. I'm not the one that's under investigation, but I will say this. You're not under investigation by federal authorities, but you are under investigation by state authorities. And if you want to talk to the officer, it's Officer DeGeorge, and you can contact her by calling 402 441 6000. So you go ahead and call her and give you all that information that you've got. While I continue to go along with my own life, you have to scream all the time in order to get some kind of a response from anyone. And where has your little buddy been? You know who I'm talking about. The one that's been in your streams lately, either commenting or actually been on stream with you a few times. Because do you get the feeling that you're being trolled? Yeah, might want to think about that. Just maybe. Just maybe. And believe it or not, this is a bike trail too, by the way. I think it's got a bunch of them. But you would know how to deal with those, would you? Since you got rid of your bike a long time ago. Oh, and by the way, I got to give you credit where credit's due. What you had done was open heart surgery. Yes, that's a bad thing. But in no way was it the same thing that I had. I had a heart attack. Yours was much, much, much worse than what I had. Because I didn't have any kind of surgery done. They put a stent in. They put a stent in, but they didn't do any kind of surgeries. I didn't have my ribs cracked open like you did. I didn't have near the recovery time that you're going to have. But you're already fucking that up. And don't come up with this shit anymore of, I'm diabetic. I'm diabetic. You're not fucking diabetic. They don't hand diabetics Dr. Pepper in the fucking hospital. That doesn't happen. Diabetics don't get that sort of stuff while they're in the hospital. So that's how we now know that you're not diabetic. You've been lying about that. I wonder what else you've been lying about. Virtually everything. The reason I'm going such a roundabout way is I just don't want to put up with the loud ass traffic on O Street, but I'm going to have to anyway. Because right on the other side of the house is a cemetery, and the road doesn't go through a cemetery. And get up here. Part of the sidewalk blocked. That's okay, it happens. But yeah, I do. I wanted to thank you for that, for calling North Hollywood Police Station, making an ass out of yourself for the umpteenth fucking time, and leaving me with yet more that I can send over to the cops. But if you think you can get them off your back, I gave you the number. Give her a call and give her your information that you have about me, moron. I don't know if you think that makes you look cute or smart or anything else, but it's a felony and it's illegal. And you'll soon find that out. Yeah, buddy. And now I got to get over here and get on the sidewalk. And then I pass that. I'm not there though. Wait till we get up here. Damn. That looked like it hurt. And we get up this way. Even though this is technically a bike trail, it's rough as shit. It is an old sidewalk. But anyway, you're really fucking shit up for yourself, man. because you go right back and you're back doing the exact same shit that put you in the hospital in the first place. What the fuck is wrong with you? You're cramming your mouth full of that fucking shit. Your dip. You're back to drinking your soda by the 2-liter jug, right out of the jug. You're back to eating that crappy ass junk food. And frankly, it wasn't that tea tree anything that cleared your skin up. It was you living in the hospital for a while, away from all them that fucking filth you're living in. Because I notice now your itching's coming back slowly, all that stuff. So here we are, back at another little pocket park here. This one's a little bit bigger. This is Witherby Park. And I'll go up here and I'll get some pictures. Because this is actually a nice little play area for the kids too. And get my other camera out and take some pictures. And I'll put these together when I get back into a slideshow for you guys. Now move around. I move around when I'm taking pictures so I can get different angles. Anyway, and come over here. You get a shot from that side. And then I come up here and get a shot of that. And before I put the camera away, I'll come over here and get that lined up like so. Now I get to get the tripod out. And some of these I even use on Google Maps. So if you want to see these as well, look up Witherby Park or Lincoln, Nebraska on Google Maps. And soon you'll see some of the photos that I took, including this one. So got those pictures taken. And yes, this is what's so time consuming when I'm out riding around. And stopping and taking pictures. And it takes that long because for each picture, and I don't care how far I've got to go, I put everything away. And then I move to the next location. Because I busted too much shit over the years by thinking, oh, I don't have that far to go. And then whack, something happens and you're screwed. So, and we're off again. So here we go to the next place. And away we go. So, but yeah, you know, you go in and you're making a big deal out of having this. You survived surgery and you survived open heart surgery. And yet you're doing nothing, and I mean nothing, to support staying healthy. You're not doing shit to stay healthy. You jump right back into the same old crap, man. That's not how you take care of yourself. You had a warning. You got yourself a big old fat fucking warning, same as I did. I got a warning. Doctor came in and he said, I got two things to tell you. And I said, what's that? And he said, well, do you want it straight or what? I said, give it to me straight. The two big things he said was, if I had waited another 10 minutes to call 911, I wouldn't be here. Which I know you're probably cheering that. And the second thing he said was, and he said it loud and clear, he said, if you don't quit smoking, it's going to kill you. You know, I haven't had a cigarette since that day. Not one. Not one. Which is pretty freaking good considering I was up to a 2-pack a day habit. And that was June 26, 2023. Now, I keep up with doctor's appointments and listening to what the suggestions that he had. Keep in mind that they're suggestions. They're not absolute. It's not law. I have been eating healthier as per what they suggested. Now, when I go into a restaurant someplace, I don't ask for the heart healthy menu. A couple weeks ago, I went out to a steakhouse with some friends. You think I'm going to freaking ask for a heart healthy menu and have like a slice of liver and a steak? No, fuck no. But I had steak and a beer, which I know that's not that bad, but that's the first one I've had since 2023. Well, that's the first steak and a beer that I've had. Well, not the first steak. Well, that's the first beer I've had since 2023. Might figure out where this irritating squeak I've got keeps coming from. It's annoying as hell. I've got be at a store when they open in about 15 minutes or so. So I'm kind of killing time out here. Need to get my phone checked. There's that squeak again. Can't figure it out. But yeah, man, I mean, I get out and I do shit. I walk. When I'm on this is pedal assist, so I'm pedaling. Even though the electric is doing a whole lot of helping. But at least I'm out. I'm not lounging in the bed doing a 10-hour fucking live stream. Feeding my face full of horse shit, snacky food. I mean, I know that none of those doctors in that hospital, when they got ready to release you, told you that it was okay for you to go back to smoking pot. You're not supposed to be smoking fucking anything. Not right after a goddamn open heart surgery, you fucking moron. Oh, the doctor said, no, they didn't. And also, you fucking lying asshole, there's no such thing as a triple double bypass. You can have a double bypass, you can have a quadruple bypass. But there's no such thing as a triple double bypass. That don't even come up with that crap. You are so incredibly full of shit. Why do you have to do that all the time? It's bad enough that you had to have the surgery that you did have. You got to make it fucking worse. Any surgery is bad, and some are worse than others. Oh shit, I'll go this way. Fucking dickhead. Yeah, man, any surgery is bad. Appendix surgery is bad. Tonsillectomy is bad. Anytime that they got to go in and cut something out of you, it's not a good thing. Shit can happen and shit can go wrong, yeah. You, on the other hand, must think it was a fucking vacation because you're right back doing the same shit. And that's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to pay attention to what the doctors say. And I'm betting you dollars to donuts that you got a whole lot more tests coming at you. Because what you had was worse than I got. So your shit. Soon after mine, I was in the hospital 3 days. And very soon after my surgery, I went in and I had an MRI done. I had a CT scan done. I had a CAT scan done. And via the MRI and the CAT scan, they found something, and they had me go in for a PET scan, which looks for cancer, I guess. Fortunately, they didn't find anything, but what they did see They thought that it was there was a black spot on one of my lungs, but that was it was scar tissue from 50 years of smoking. But you're in for a whole lot more tests and a whole lot more fucking doctor's visits in the next few weeks and months. I went through it. And like I said, mine wasn't near as bad as yours, moron. And they're going to ask you, well, what have you done to change anything? And you're going to lie your ass off. Well, I quit this and I quit that, and I'm not eating this and I'm not doing that. You're going to be lying your ass off because you just don't care. You think it's all fucking fun and games. Remember that when you go back in the fucking hospital, dumb shit. Time is it getting to be anyway? It is pretty close. Yeah, we kind of knew when you hadn't streamed in a while that something was up, and then you popped up streaming from the hospital, essentially bragging about your heart, all this stuff, swearing up and down that you weren't going to have surgery, and then you did. Now you're bragging it up, but you're not doing anything to change anything. You cannot continue on the road that you're on and not expect bad things to happen, because that's what's going to happen. If I was in your shoes, man, I'd be making amends with people that you pissed off over the years, shit like that. But I know you're not going to do that. So anyway, I got to get out of here. I'm going to go into this store, have my phone checked out, and to my e-scoot friends out there on Facebook, I hope you enjoyed this video. A couple of little mini parks. And once again, there will be a short little slideshow to follow. So stay tuned for that. That's coming up right after this. So I hope you enjoyed it. Again, thanks for watching.